listen, man.
All right, we got him.
We like to apologize.
For what? To absolutely no one. The two-time champ does absolutely fucking nothing.
Charlemagne, are we live?
We good. Main Chat Podcast episode. Fuck it.
255.
Thank you. Wow.
I swear it's 256.
256.
Well, it might be. I don't know at this point.
256.
Alright, let's start again.
256.
It's not going to start again. We already started.
Oh, is it?
Are we live?
Main Chat Podcast episode 256.
Come on.
You already know what time it is. The real is back. The real is back. I am him. Himmy Neutron.
He's him.
It's me. I have to tell you every week, and I'll do it every week. I am two Dems. Dancing, DK, watch your back. Where's the pause?
You said you would do it every week.
I remind them every week.
Yeah, but you don't have to do it every week.
Oh,
Why
boo.
You need to specify what you're doing, bro. So, in other words, pause.
How about it?
Also, new see Don Corleone in the building, the one and only, aka L Coolins, aka C No, aka Hollywood Cole,
Yes, sir.
aka Dog Dad, aka Engaged Man.
Engaged man is... It's time to be alive. Engadget.
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 Go Gadget.
Go gadget.
Coming for your left there, your right there, surround sound, smart speakers, portable speakers, you name it, we dare.
Facts.
Episode 256. Let's get it.
Let's get it indeed.
Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it.
Eman G45, the G solid in my name, the 45 is silence. Can get you both way. Prince
Come on.
Sir.
Come on.
Tinfoil hat Eames. R&B voice is very much present.
Yes, sir.
Shout outs to you. You're here. Black Mamba Dove. Chiam.
Yeah.
Let's get straight to it.
Let's
My God is better than your God.
Let's
It's
do-
always been like that.
Oh
If
God.
not, your God's false.
False
Simple.
prophets.
false
Try and prove
prophets.
it. We'll go for God.
F that we can go.
Go for gap. That is crazy.
Yeah, that is wild. All right.
It's wild because your God loses all the time. So
Hella
it is what
L's.
it is. L's.
Stacking the L's up like a Christmas tree. It's crazy. Okay, where do we begin?
Where do we begin?
Congratulations, firstly.
Yes.
Thanks, man.
Congratulations. Yeah.
Thank you, guys.
How does it feel?
I feel poor.
You said I feel poor.
Yeah.
Bloody
Nah, I'm
hell.
just kidding. No, it feels nice, man. Yeah, I can't really. Obviously, I told you guys at separate times ish, but for the most part, like it's been in the works for a minute. But yeah, I've been kind of alluding to it for a while. Like I've been kind of settled for a minute now.
How long have you known that you was going to do that? So
It's funny because like I don't know how you guys like track things in life, but like sometimes I just write stuff in my phone in my notes, and like I keep tabs of a lot of stuff. And I looked at the note that I tried to like plan when I was gonna do it, and it actually said like December 2022.
whoa.
So I've known for a minute. It was more just about when, and how. And I think last year was a bit of a busy year, to be honest with you. Like getting this place, getting Remy. So I just don't think it would have feasibly happened last year. I could have, but it would have been too much, I think.
Timing would have definitely been off. I hear that.
Yeah, so this year it made sense. And yeah, just planned it from early. Like the good thing was there was enough things to kind of have it not be bait. So we booked Japan in September. Sorry, for September. We booked it at the beginning of the year, like Jan. And my thing was I was gonna try to use Japan as like a ruse to be like, all right, it may or may not happen in Japan, but for the most part, I didn't want to do it in Japan because I wanted to do it with Remy being present. That was the main thing for me. So with that in mind, I was like, all right, let me think of how to do it. And for end of August would be perfect because like it's bank holiday, you can go away, do something. And the whole thing for me was to say to her, like, look, we're going away at the end of August for Remy's birthday, because Remy's birthday is the 1st of August. And I was like, it's in the middle of the week, we can't do anything. So how about we wait until the end of the month where it's like bank holiday? And she was like, isn't that a bit excessive? I was like, yeah, but like it's his first birthday. We're never going to be able to do something again or whatever. Obviously just bullshitting, just trying to make.
Because you don't give a fuck about.
Nah. I mean, I do care that it's his birthday, but I'm not going to do something.
Remy LeBeau.
You know how long I've been waiting for this? That might be the name of the episode, to be honest.
He was front and center.
Fam. So I said to her, I'm not telling her until we get there. And she was like, nah, surely you got to tell me at least on the day. So I was like, all right, fine. So the day comes. And then I threw another spanner in the works. I was like, look. So she was like, oh, where are we going? So I was like, all right. So the surprise is that we're going to the Cotswolds, which is nice. There's nice things in the Cotswolds. But I was like, but we're going to a wildlife park for Remy because obviously it's his birthday. So when I said it, because obviously I've been building this up for time, she looked at me and she was just like I could see the disappointment in her face because she was wondering what it could have been in it. So that kind of threw a curveball. I mean, she was excited for Remy, but I could tell in her face, like she's like, why does this guy take me to a fucking like
wildlife place?
Yeah. So anyway, get in the car, go to the Cotswolds. Didn't take too long, like hour and 45 minutes, hour 50 minutes. Pulled up to this place. Remy just didn't care about any of the animals. Like he was just not bothered. He saw one tortoise and he was intrigued by it, but besides that, he wasn't. No, he just wasn't bothered. It's just like, why are you taking me all the way here? Anyway, we had a good time. Spent a couple hours there, but the main reason why I took her to that wildlife park is because it's about 10 minutes away from where I've booked. So the lake house that we hide out for the weekend was there. And luckily, which is mad, she thought we'd been to this place before. So we were driving and she's like, oh, I recognize this area. And I was like, really? And she's like, yeah, because we came to Cotswolds 4 years ago during COVID. You know when people were just doing like staycations? And we stayed in like a little like hut place. Like it was like those like nice glamping little pods. It was cool, but I didn't really recognize where we were. But I was playing up to it because I needed to lie in it because I needed 10 minutes to get to the place before I could actually reveal what was happening. So I was like, yeah, no, it does look familiar. And then she's like, oh, what, are we going to the same place we went to 4 years ago? And I was like, that's actually a great idea in my head. So I was like, yeah, maybe. Like, I don't know, possibly. Pull up to the lake house place, estate, and it's clearly not the same place. Like, this place is like quite sick. And she was like, what the hell? Like, what are you planning right now? So I start smiling and I'm like, look, just relax. Like, when we get in, you'll see. So pulled into the place. And the main thing that was like making me worry the most was, so the people who run this estate, they were in on it as well because I told them like I'd like the room to be decorated before we get back from dinner. So the whole plan was basically to get like a bag of decorations over to them. Yeah. But obviously I needed to get separation from Sophie in order to do it. Yeah. So in my bag I had the podcast stuff. I was like, oh, I'm recording a pod. So I had just my laptop. Oh, I see. So my laptop was in the bag, but I had the decorations in my bag as well. Pulled up into the place and then she was like, do you want us to check in? And I can stay in a car with Remy. And I was like, perfect. Oh. So I went into the bag. I was like, oh, I'm going to take my bag because I've got.
She must have been livid at this point.
Yeah. But she could see the decoration. She could see the estate. So she was excited at this point.
Oh, I
she was
see.
like,
okay, you got her back on side. I was going to
say. Yeah. And I was like, I've got like printouts in my bag. So I'm going to take that out. So I went into the boot, grabbed the bag, went into like the check-in, said hello to the people there, gave them the decorations, went back to Sophie. And then someone escorted us to the lake house, which was really nice, and just showed us around it. At this point, it wasn't decorated. We were just chilling, just taking the views. And she was like, "You're doing all this for Remy." I'm like, "Obviously, it's for you as well. Like, I'm not going to hire a lake house for Remy." So yeah, we had dinner at 6:45, and that was the window of when we leave, the people to come in and do the room. 30 minutes before we're supposed to leave for dinner, we're getting ready. Remy pops up onto the bed and pisses on the bed.
You got to be mad.
I looked at we were both pissed. She was more angry than me, but I was like, you had one job, bro, and you've done this. We done the bed.
That's insane.
So it created panic. So I had to like rinse off the wee from the bed and dry it and all this stuff. And at this point, I didn't have the ring. The ring was in one of my bags. So sorted out the wee. And then I was like, look, so take him outside and or take him into the living room and chill with him. and wait until I get ready because I just don't want to see him right now. I don't want him to pee anywhere else. So they're waiting in the living room and I'm looking for the ring. For one reason or another, I can't find the ring.
Oh my goodness. God help me.
Can you imagine? So I'm looking in this duffel bag, which I thought I put it in, but it wasn't in there. I emptied it out and I just couldn't find it. And I had like 15 minutes to go. Pause, I was on my knees and I was just like, what have I
praying
done?
like, oh my God, help me find this.
It wasn't even one of those moments where you would usually pray, yeah, but I was on my knees and I was thinking to myself, you know when you're in deep thought, you're thinking, like, if I screw this up, this is peak. Like, but I was also thinking, where did I put it?
You've only got one shot to do this, really, as well.
And the people who are running the place are obviously going to they're doing what they're doing. They're locked in, so I have to get out of here in time. What happened was, so when I gave the decorations over to them, what happened was, luckily, I was gassed that I got the decorations off because I was worried about the ring being in that bag because I put it in that bag initially. So I took it out of that bag and I had it with me and I put it in another bag. So there was 2 bags and I thought it was in one bag, but it turns out it was in my rucksack the whole time.
Oh, okay.
So I looked, I was like, maybe it's in my rucksack. I don't know. So I looked into the rucksack and it was in there and I was like, thank God.
How long were you looking around for it?
Good, like 5 minutes.
Oh,
but the panic, and obviously, like, I was.
You're mad anxious. You're just like, what's going on? That's 5 minutes. That's 5 hours.
Bro, I was literally like,
because you're just looking in the same spot.
I was on the brink because I knew the surprise would have been.
That's finito.
Surprise would have been done. But yeah, found it, put it in my pocket. Thank God. Went for dinner in the estate. Some like decent, like average food restaurant. Had a couple drinks. Again, another error for me. So I had 2 drinks. I was feeling a little bit tipsy, but I needed some liquid courage to do it. I was a little bit nervous.
Yeah.
We have these like key card passes to get into the lake house. So as we're walking back, we're halfway back, and I realized I don't have the key card.
Oh my goodness. Are you trying to fuck this up? Like, this just sounds... You're lucky this pulled off.
Listen. So
you was doing everything to not.
Bruh. So she was like, so me and Remy are going to go back to the room. You go back to the restaurant and go grab it. I was like, no. Obviously, at this point, the room was already decorated.
Oh my goodness.
I was like, no. Like, take him out. Take him for a wee or just keep him here.
Yeah.
And I'll be back. And then she was like, what, really? I was like, yes, just wait. So she's like, whatever. So I ran back. I knew where I left it anyway, because I only stayed in one place. Ran back, it was on the chair, picked it up, ran back to her, walked over to the lake house. Ta-da, surprise, the place is decorated. She knows what's happening, gets emotional. I'm like nervous.
Nothing.
And then, do the speech.
What's there to be nervous about? Well, they're not going to say no.
Well,
you never know.
You never know. But that wasn't why I was nervous.
It's like, you're there, innit?
It's the moment.
Yeah, I guess so.
And like,
it's for real.
You want it to go right. You want to say the right things. And like, I don't know. It's just like natural emotion. Like, I didn't think I'd be nervous personally.
Yeah.
I thought I had it all under control. Clearly,
fair enough. But do you know what? Fair play to you. I would actually probably be nervous because it sounds like you had a bit of a day of it. Like, it was just things were not going your way.
Yeah. Like when I lost the ring, I was like,
I don't even know. That's an insane thing.
I thought I'm never recovering from this.
Oh my God! You have to tell her.
Yeah. At that point,
you just have to tell her and be like, "Look, this is fucked. I'm gonna have to put." Because you imagine proposing without the ring.
It's crazy. It's just not a thing. So that went well. She was obviously over the moon. We just fought for the night or for the next day and a half. Just don't tell anybody. Let's just chill. Keep it to ourselves. So we enjoyed like our time there.
Yeah.
And the main thing was doing it well the first night getting there, because the next day and a half we could just chill and eventually tell people when we want. So it was nice. We chilled. We watched movies. We just drank. We watched. Funnily enough, she was like, "Should we watch the proposal?" And I was like, I've not actually seen it before. And obviously after he busted a drink in the movie, I was like, you know what, why not? And that movie is so dumb, but it's actually not a bad film.
Is that the one with Sandra Bullock?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Okay,
But yeah, it was incredible. Went well. Came back, then told everybody on Tuesday, which was overwhelming. But for the most part,
I can't even remember.
It was nice.
What was your family think? Obviously, they all must have been pretty happy.
Yeah, they knew. Obviously, they've known from a while. Obviously, had to get like permission from the dad, but their parents are sick. Like once you guys eventually meet them, you'll see why. I get on with them really well. Yeah, man. I can't really give thanks and glory to God, obviously, that I've managed to pull it off, and I've been gifted with someone so amazing, and I'm just happy, man. I'm blessed.
You know what's mad? And that's wonderful. But that just you speaking about Sophie's parents reminded me that do you know how you bumped into her dad randomly in Central?
Yeah,
the same thing happened to me.
No way.
Yeah, I bumped into Lauren's dad in London Bridge.
No way.
And I immediately thought to your experience.
That's
I was like,
funny.
That's crazy.
What did you guys do? Did you go for a drink or something?
No. He was on a way to his meet. I was on a way to a meeting.
Yeah,
he was
yeah.
on a way to a meeting.
Yeah.
I was like, raw, that's mad.
Coincidence.
Yeah,
Crazy.
yeah.
Small world.
Small world.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But I guess how do you feel now?
I just feel I don't feel any different. I'll be so
yeah.
real. Like, and I was saying this to my boss because we were talking about it because we went for lunch and he was just asking me about it, and I was like, it's funny how it is for men because, like, for the most part, on Wednesday I went in, and there wasn't many people in, and like one guy who I'm cool with, but I don't really indulge my life too much at work. And I sat down and he's like, oh, Collins, how's your weekend? And I was like, yeah, it was calm, man. And I was like, oh, how was yours? And he was like, yeah, he was just telling me about it. I was like, oh, yeah, that's cool. But these times, something major has happened. Whereas if she goes to work, you know what women are like?
Yeah.
And then obviously it's on the finger and it's a thing.
It's
Physically, it's there.
5 carrots on my hand.
Do you know what I mean? Man, then we just, like, nothing really changes. You know,
we don't get anything.
Which I'm not mad at. It is what it is.
That's it.
Yeah, man. So then the next day I started, like, people saw it online, people that I work with who I'm actually cool with were like congratulating me and whatnot, so it kind of spread afterwards. But for the most part I feel the same, man. I'm just happy, and I feel, if anything, I feel relieved, and I feel like there's a weight off my shoulders now. I can just chill,
100%.
because it was like 9 months really of anticipation and planning, and like to execute on the day, anything can go wrong. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm just glad I fucking found it when I lost
God,
it.
that is
So yeah,
yeah, for real.
it's crazy.
No, that can't have been easy. I really respect you for just going for it and planning it as well as you did, and even with the adversity or things not necessarily going your way, still seeing through it.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, there's not much more you can do in those situations, but that is terrifying.
Yeah, and ultimately, I wanted to just do something memorable, man, because I know, like, it's quite easy to just, like, and I'm not shitting on anybody who does it like the simple way, because maybe if anything, it's easier to do it the simple way, but I could easily just gone to a restaurant, or I could easily just done it on a walk. But I just thought I wanted it to be memorable.
Well,
I wanted Remy to be involved, and
the idea is that you should only do it once. So
oh yeah, 100%. I ain't doing that again. I am not doing that again.
no, that shit is stressful.
God forbid. So yeah, when are you guys doing this? When are y'all pulling up to the party?
I have to find the babes first. That's it, man.
Love is blind.
Same.
Never.
Express route.
Express route.
Express lane.
Never.
Oh my god,
I don't want to be on that show specifically for the reasons of just the amount of, like, it could be an amazing story, but at the end of the day, there's just the amount of crud that I don't want.
Risk is too high.
And then on top
but
of that,
most of the people on their buff now.
No,
on the show.
But listen,
Yeah,
but
true.
the fact is that I have to reiterate this all the time. It's the fact that your relationship, you're going to be married and so on and so forth. When it comes to the wedding, majority of the people in the wedding are probably going to check up on you once in a while, if not once every 5 years. If it's Love is Blind, bro, they're going to be on your case for a whole entire year. And then they might pop up, and then, like, now you're on TikTok. I think I love you. Like, it's wild.
Wait, well, I'm. It's the theatrics for you. That
Yeah,
you
it's
like.
the theatrics I just don't want. I don't want that, and I don't want. Like, this is our relationship. I don't want that. I don't want that displayed on TV for life. And then on top of that as well, you have, let's say if it doesn't work out, now you're a single man. You go to another babes, yo.
Yeah, it's all on the main.
You're that prick that did that. I'm like, nah, it wasn't like that.
So if you do
cut off that part for
yeah, you can't really justify the full thing, because all they can see is what they see.
exactly.
But okay, better question: when you propose, do you have an idea of what you'd want to do, or is it a thing where it just has to be circumstantial? Like, depends who you're with, depends where you're at in life.
If it was really, really up to me, I'll propose, tell her, listen. You know what? To be fair, because I spoke to one person and he is like, wedding, wasn't really like a wedding. It was just like a celebration in a restaurant. They booked out the whole restaurant.
Yeah, people do that from time to
And
time.
then that
Wow,
was
okay.
it. That was that. But in terms of proposal, I have no idea. I would want it to. Actually, I spoke to one person, and like I kind of agree with this person. Like back in the day when we were in a relationship, like it has to be very intimate. Like only us two kind of know. I don't want it to be in front of people. I don't want to engage with the party. I don't want none of that. I just want it to be between me and her, and then we come forth and then we say, "Listen, this is what it is. Celebrate."
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
It depends on who you're with as well. Like Sophie was very like private about, like she wanted it to be private, which I totally get. I'm not like I'm fairly introverted, but she's more introverted than me. So
Really?
So for her, it's just like, oh yeah, oh for sure. So if anything, like it's a dub. For the dogs.
Oh, that was funny. Thank you, Remy. That was perfectly timed. I hope the mics picked that up. That's insane. Yeah, but I hear that. Wanting it to be private.
Yeah.
It should be really. It should be a moment between the two of you. I don't mind the actual moment should be private. I think some people then go to somewhere where all family and friends are
which
for a
makes
dinner or
sense.
something.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think because having mad people there, it's not your moment.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
arguably it becomes a
It's a show.
yeah. I mean, obviously, to each their own. As long as your significant other is happy about it, that's all that matters. Jesus Christ, Saka's cooking.
I would have gone down.
Oh God!
In a heartbeat. Sterling's gonna teach him some things.
Oh, he's gonna learn how to dive today.
But
It does depend who you're with, though. Truly, because if she
100%.
does want something like bombastic, you ain't got a choice. Really,
you have to, we just have to pattern it to your partner because that's who.
that's
At the end of the day, yeah,
for.
exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not for us. Let's be real.
No, not at all.
It's an absolute
And
fact.
also, as well, it has to, like as you man are saying, it has to include her vision as well. Yeah,
thing is
like I
actually
said,
like
if it was up to me, I would just love for it just to be
In
us
the yard.
two. No, not even in the yard. Maybe even something similar to Colin's, where you just go somewhere, or just somewhere where it's just private, where it's just both of you, where it's just like,
Or as private as it can be.
marry me now, innit?
Yeah.
And then
Marry me now.
was crazy. That is so wild.
Marry me now. That's the name of the app.
That's funny.
That's
but
funny.
I think ultimately, it has to also include her as well. So if she's that person that wants that presence around people, then I would say, okay,
So be
only
it.
select a few can come through.
Yeah,
you
for
know?
sure.
So like, if it's like your parents and my parents was there, it's just like, yeah, man, we just want you to have a dinner with us, and then bang, marry me now.
Nah, it's a beautiful thing though, and it just shows the age that we're all getting to.
It's that time, man.
It's that time.
Everyone's beginning to cook. It's crazy.
Jack had to put odds in the chat. That's crazy.
2 for 1
I
for 2.
didn't
Then it's
understand
crazy.
those odds.
I don't know how gambling and probability works, so
I
that's why I had
understand,
to
but I
ask.
just didn't understand the odds, like 3 to 1, like
Why?
to what? Like, what does that mean?
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. I don't get it. How you arrived at those numbers?
I mean,
Well,
it's
in terms
probably
of boxing, it's like, well, there's a 3-in-1 chance that
So
he
if I-
will get this, and then if he doesn't, then you would win 3 times, or whatever the case is. So whatever you
Is
put
it if I
down-
put £30 on, I'll get 300? If that's 3 to 1.
no, you get
No.
90.
Yeah.
Oh well, forget it.
Yeah.
This ain't for me. That's why I don't.
Odds are just, it didn't make sense to me, but I get the joke.
The bigger the
Shout out to
number,
Jack.
the more money you're gonna get, basically.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. So the ones at the bottom are the least likely for it to happen.
So
And the ones at the top are most likely.
Okay.
If
Yikes.
that makes any sense. Is that Yao Pedro?
The Blackie.
El Blanco.
What was the next topic?
Days Before Rodeo.
Oh, great album. I'm so happy it's now on streaming service.
Well, for flowing reasons.
Flowing.
Yeah, flowing reasons. Like,
do you
should we
mean?
just talk about Love is Blind? The finale.
Oh yeah, I
yeah,
guess so.
yeah,
We can,
go on.
and then we'll talk about
Yeah.
the other one in the next episode.
Because I was
Oh, the reunion. Did you watch
Yeah,
the
the
reunion?
reunion. I watched it last
Okay, we
night.
could talk about it now.
yeah.
Shit's dumb. That was boring as fuck, by the way.
I was saying that to you, man, before
Nah,
you.
Yeah,
Charles
no.
Demi, man. Charles Demi.
What are we saying?
I think she's a fantastic person, and I think what she's done, showcased, and even her turning around saying no at the wedding, and then obviously like coming back and saying no, it's all love. It's just that really, it's just I'm just trying to focus on me and that, and boom.
I don't know. I think she came off poorly. You know, I felt like she was trying to control the conversation. I don't know. That's a good attempt. I just something about her just felt off. And it wasn't the Demi that I'd come to love or enjoy in the series. I just felt like at that reunion, it felt a bit fake. It felt for the cameras.
I think, well, for the most part, I guess these shows usually go this way, but there's definitely something that's happened.
It just felt disingenuous, and maybe that's why
between the two of them, something happened.
Something's definitely happened. I mean, he's now with Charlotte, or he's seeing her.
Yeah.
So I don't know how she feels about that. You know,
maybe he was talking to Charlotte while they were about to get married, and then they had an argument about it, but they didn't want to make it public because it'd be a bit of a shit stain on Ollie. But something's happened for sure. Like you don't have that type of energy with someone.
No way.
And there not be like something that's triggered it. So I'd be shocked if Ollie didn't do something.
He's done something. I just don't know. Maybe that should have been said instead of her coming on and being like, I don't know how to explain how she was moving.
Trying to find a reason why it's not happened without anything about.
Because it was just clear as day that something has happened and you guys are not on good terms, but you're for whatever reason pretending to be on good terms with his thing. Yeah, I'm not too sure. And Ollie looked
but I think that's
dejected
a bit dope,
as well.
I think that's a bit dope because I'm like it's none of your business.
I hear it still.
So it's like we're cool and that's about it and that's fine. I do love them. Well, I'm speaking from their perspective, but it's like they love each other. It's just that it's not what they wanted, and it's not going to be how they envisioned it. But at the end of the day, Charlotte is doing a thing with my man, and I'm not with my man, and that's it.
But it's tricky because like it doesn't make for good telly because they, for the most part, the longer their relationship went on, it looked like they were more of a match for each other. And then as soon as they got to the wedding bit, it just felt like it was a bit like, wait, what?
They've obviously had a discussion and they said something
for sure. That doesn't. It for me, the timeline doesn't make sense.
Yeah, and that's why I was just like, I'm not too sure how I feel about them as a couple and her as a person because it just felt fake. Ollie was clearly disgruntled, so I don't know. I felt like he was being his true self, but I don't know. And then what else happened in the reunion? They were trying to pop it at Catherine.
Yeah, the Catherine thing, I hear it still, to be honest with you. And I remember when she said it during the show about, what's her name? About Demi. I was kind of raising an eyebrow. Yeah. So they had to bring that back up because that was a bit
That
rude.
was
mad. So she didn't really have a leg to stand on.
Mostly as well, it's like like I said, Catherine, the moment she saw Ollie, it was just like she was looking for a reason to just ditch it with Fred. Is that his name, Fred?
Freddie.
Yeah, Fred.
Freddie.
So
my God, he is northern.
So the moment that happened, she was like, "Yeah, I'm kind of done. But let me just ride it out and see how far it goes."
Or get a quick payday.
Well, they have to go to the altar. If you get engaged, you have to go to the altar. Otherwise, they'll charge you 50,000. My God, Maria and Tom.
She does not like that, man.
I mean, do you know what? I hear it. I didn't even think about the stuff like him being with her mum. That was insane.
That really is Vante Sparta, you know. I'm so sorry. Random side note. But no, you're right. Like, to be honest with you, I was saying it in the episode before, because obviously I know you guys hadn't seen it, but I was saying like that is a white man.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And like from that reaction and how she's like not bothered about him anymore, I think all the stuff she was going to compromise on now is just kind of giving her the ick.
Yeah.
And she knows she wouldn't want to
She would have been miserable.
Yeah. It's a good thing they didn't get married still.
100%.
I hear it.
No, that would have just not worked whatsoever.
Unless you're a man who, I mean, for the most part, he knows what he's on, innit? But
he judged her job like he judged her job and then said, when she said, all right, well, if that's the case, I think men should pay, which is, I have had it. That's fine.
Yeah.
He looked at her like she was a psycho. So that shit was never gonna work.
Yeah.
And is there any other couple?
And makeup artists, they do make money.
They can make bank. So I don't really know.
They make money, like, so the fact that he looked down on her, the fact that she was a makeup artist, or it didn't require any certification from, let's say, university or anything, or even like having to do like the whole career ladder aspect.
Yeah.
Like being a makeup artist is tough. Like it's a real career.
Yeah,
like,
100.
all jobs are tough, but it's just the fact that the moment you look down on it, and then the next thing is like, well, okay, cool. Like if that's your case and that's how you feel, then boom, boom, boom. But my issue with that was the fact that he probably would have had to become a Muslim.
Yeah,
Just
he would
because
have.
of the relation of Muslim women, and just if they really want to incorporate being a Muslim into their life, then that's something that has to be dealt with. And there are some occasions where that's obviously it's not the case, but for the most part, majority 99% of it is like, I'm a Muslim woman, I'm not me. Like,
Yeah. No, I know what you're saying.
like if I was to approach a Muslim woman, she would say you would have to become a Muslim. And there's plenty of them that I've spoken to, and it'd be like, yeah, man, it ain't gonna work like that.
But this-
and then like just dap it up. I'll see you later.
Yeah, but this is what I don't understand how this stuff doesn't come up in the pods. That's what perplexes me.
Are they allowed to talk about their faith?
Have to. That's a massive thing.
I mean, the previous season with the USA one,
What?
I mean, they were both Christians, and then he just wasn't interested no more. 'cause
Yeah,
she
but
was white.
he's got.
And she was bum as well. Like it didn't make.
Oh
no
yeah,
sense.
she might have been best in show. So I don't know what he was on.
Best after show too, bro. I
We
mean,
might have had to make it work.
respectfully.
We're gonna figure this out.
White, black, Dominican, Mexican, anyone can get it.
Anyone can get it.
No way. I couldn't believe that.
Who else are we missing?
We are playing well. My God.
It's like that's
Booby and
cooking.
Jasmine. Is it Jasmine?
Bobby and Jasmine.
Yeah.
She got the body of a dancer. Yeah, special. I like them two together. They seem like a nice couple.
Yeah, I think so.
And it seems like they've grown together in the year that they've been together.
I would say she's. When I say strong, I mean strong in her stance and in her opinions, and I think that's a wonderful quality that a woman should have.
He seems like a decent enough guy as well.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
just a normal don.
Yeah,
You know what
yeah.
I mean, and sometimes that's all it takes.
That's it. And they've been together a year at this point, so I don't see them switching up. And the fact that they made the decision, which is what another couple, Stephen and Sabrina, weren't able to. He just moved to
straight
London.
away.
Yeah, he didn't.
I mean,
there was.
living in Stoke or London. It's not.
Nah, it's
not
no
hard.
brainer.
That's what I said in
choice
the
to make.
previous episode. I said like.
But someone had to move either way.
I mean, ideally, if it's me, then specifically, like if I'm working remote, I couldn't care less. But more so, it's a case of just like the aspect of just like you got moving with me because that's how it is. But she didn't want to move, then he didn't want to move, and then of course the aspect
Well, that
of
was
having
it,
children.
yeah.
It's like if that was me, it
But their
would be-
children thing wasn't even that big a deal in the end, no?
It wasn't, but I think that conversation will come up at one point.
Okay. Their situation, he was not trying. He's a bad guy.
Yeah, he just wasn't.
Because
having it, really.
she came to London 7 times.
crashed
Oh.
it. He crashed it.
He came to London. She came to London 7 times. He went twice, and then he cancelled on her before Christmas.
Yikes.
Nah, there's nothing to say.
You weren't interested.
Nah, no way. He's possibly seen a side to her that he didn't like.
Yeah, and he just
Just trying to
left
knock
it.
it
He just
out.
he just obviously turned around and said, "Nah, it's not for me." And then from that point, with the distance as well, it's just like forget it, man.
Yeah. For
What about Benaya and my girl?
Snitch.
I can't like him, you know.
Snitch. This I don't like that bang.
Nah, I couldn't.
They seem like a good match now.
They are, but I can't stand him.
They just mad
I'll
goofy,
never
innit?
be able to like him.
It's peak.
He's 80. Like, of course he's gone down. How's he still playing football
till you're 90.
till you're 90?
I do have a question. What does it mean to be on loan?
Oh, so it means what it says.
I don't know what it means.
So yeah, it basically means you go to another team for a specific period of time, whether that's half a season, whether that's a full
year.
season, and then after the loan, you either go back to your club that you come from,
Right.
or in the contract, if there's an option, the club can buy you the club you've gone to on loan, they could actually buy you after the fact, so you're there
Right.
permanently, or there's an obligation to buy where you have to buy the player regardless of the situation after the season. So it's like a delayed buy if it's an
How
obligation.
often do people buy after the loan? But I'd say very rarely.
Obligations happen more often now. Sancho's is an obligation, so now he's going to Chelsea. He's basically a Chelsea player now.
What's the point in doing the loan? Is it to help with FFP?
It's a money thing, yeah. So you recognize that money next year. I mean, I don't know if they allow you to recognize it this year. They probably do, but it's more like a financial thing, if anything. Hi, Remy.
Hi, Remy is crazy.
So yeah, man, it's what were we saying? Who else in
I think that's
no,
covered.
that's
Covered.
it,
Yeah, but I mean, listen, they were born as fuck. The reunion was born as fuck.
It didn't end. It lost steam.
It lost its
It
steam.
started quite well, and then it ran out of steam. a little bit, and then
But hey, listen, I'm always down for Love Is Blind
yeah. Until the next season.
until next season.
Yeah. All right, should we do another episode? Because
Yeah.
this guy's gonna collapse the whole thing.
All right.
Yeah, man.
Love.
Episode 256.
Any songs?
I really like the song by Smino called Nokia.
Nokia.
It's so cold.
There's a
yeah,
track on
listen to
the Concrete album. I think it's called Jeff.
My name is Jeff.
Jeff and something. I've forgotten the name. I haven't got my phone, but that song I like.
Keeping in line with the Concrete Boys. Keeping in line with the Concrete Boys. Little Yachty, Feet Ian and Ian. Hate Me. Give it a light. Yeah, he's on a roll at the minute, man. Crashing out and making great music. You love to see it.
Oh God. All right. Episode 256, baby.